What is up, guys? This is Ed from Savij, and today's video is going to be about 60 card Paleo deck versus True Draco. These were actually decks that we played a lot back in the day, as in my friend Marcos. Marcos is going to be piloting the 60 card Paleo deck. He actually used to play this a lot against me, and we had a lot of fun with it. This is also a deck that I used to play a lot with him, which was True Draco. So our decks are kind of used to playing against each other, and we've played against each other a lot to the point where I kind of know his deck. I don't really know what Paleos do 100%. It's just kind of like I know how to get around it, and I know how to, play against it, and so does he against True Draco. So this is actually a really good match. They're really long videos, so we're gonna go ahead and try to just skip ahead a little bit on each one of them. Whenever I see that they're dragging out too long, I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward or speed through it for you guys. Yes sir, let's go ahead and get into it. So this is the point where we're gonna figure out who's gonna go first. It looks like Marco has won the die roll, and he has decided to go first. Marco is opened up. The grass looks greener, and now he's about to go ahead and mill a lot. So after all that milling, I'm gonna go ahead and fan out his graveyard now. This guy summons out water statue, the water barrier statue. He summons out water statue, and he sets 3 back row. All right. What a clown! I don't special summon. That's the funny thing, and he knows that. So I'm gonna go ahead and duality, and I duality into a demise. This deck is stupid. I fucking love True Draco. God damn it. I'm so excited. True Draco just makes me so happy. It's just like I've played so many decks, and it's just like ain't nothing as good as True Draco. I'm going to go ahead and set my trap card, my Apocalypse, and tribute summon for my turn. I'm going to go ahead and tribute summon for Ignis. And the Apocalypse is going to pop his statue. I'm going to activate Heritage, draw 1, because a True Draco trap has left the field. If it would have been more than that, I would have drawn more, but it's only been just Apocalypse at this point, so I'm drawing. Now he's going to go ahead and break through scale. And I'm just going to go ahead and chain. So he activates breakthrough scale since I popped the breakthrough scale, and he's going to go ahead and target my Ignis. My Ignis is going to chain his effect because I'm just not going to let that happen by itself. And I'm going to go ahead and activate onto the field Disciples. He special summoned one of the Paleozoic monsters from the graveyard onto the field, so I mean, like, it's not that bad. He activated breakthrough scale. I chain Ignis. He chains Paleozoic, so it's whatever. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and activate Terraforming, add Diagram back to my hand, activate Diagram. Yes, sir. Activate Destroy Disciples, and at this point, I'm thinking that I would add Disciples. Yes, sir. So I've added Disciples. Now I'm gonna go ahead and activate Disciples, return Apocalypse, return Heritage, and return Disciples back into my deck to be able to draw 1 card. This deck is a lot of drawing. I've already drawn from Duality. I've drawn from, I don't even know if I activated Demise yet. Demise, Heritage, Disciples. This is stupid. I love this deck so much. I haven't even activated Disciples effect to be able to draw, to be able to tribute summon for turn. That's stupid. Fuck. So I thought I was able to activate Ignis' effect. At the last minute, I remembered that I can't chain during damage cow. So he activates Quaking, and both of my monsters go face down. At the same time, he chains one of his Paleo monsters to special summon. Activates Demise, I activate Demise, I activate Into the Void, but we had a little bit of a discussion whether if I'm able to activate Into the Void or not. We actually can't remember at this point. We tried looking it up, but I'm gonna go with the actual ruling that my friend gave me. Roger says that you have to have 3 cards after you've activated that card to be able to draw 1 card, because it says you activate this card when you have 3 cards or more. Basically, that's what it's saying. So you have to be able to have 3 activate Into the Void to draw a 4th card, right? So it seems to be that it's actually 2 to maybe 3 days later after I've recorded that match with True Draco, and it looks like some of our footage might have been lost. We're recording nonstop right now, and we have I have a really heavy phone. I have a 256 gigabyte iPhone 11 Pro. 11 Pro, right? So the thing is that I have so many videos on my phone right now that I'm actually not seeing what is actually getting deleted or getting lost, or if it's transferring over to my laptop to me to be able to see and edit and, you know, continue doing my thing, right? So some footage has been lost. The rest of the match with Paleo was lost. I don't know. I can't find it. I've looked everywhere. I even looked in my deleted, and it's not even there. So it might just be that the video was never recorded afterwards. I don't know what happened, honestly. So what's gonna happen is that give you guys the result of that game, because the rest of the matches are here. But it looks like it took at least another 10 minutes for me to be able to beat Paleos, but I got Paleos. So True Draco has passed that first game, and now we're gonna go to second game, and we're gonna play against Paleos and see what happens. Get into it. All right, guys. So this is game 2. Like I said, Paleos did lose their match, so he has decided to go first. Let's go ahead. So Paleo's going first. Their first card activated is Grass is Greener. Not surprised. If I'm opening up my deck, if I'm opening up game 1 with the first card that I see in my hand, is gonna be the Grass is Greener. It's such a dumb card, like such a dumb card. But I wanted to see if we can do a segment where we could talk about broken cards and why they're banned and if they should be banned. So I was thinking we could do that. Let me know what you guys think. It was a quite little, you know, just interesting, fun little idea that we came up today at Locos, and I wanted to see if you guys are interested in stuff like that. I wanted to do a little talk down segment and get a couple of my teammates to actually be the ones to run that specific segment and tell you guys why that card is banned and how dumb that card is. Let's go to my turn. I draw, and looking at my opening hand, I opened up 2 Night Beams. So Night Beam destroys, targets the card, destroys the card. He can't respond to it. Goes to the graveyard, right? Second Night Beam, Awakening the Dragon. So the card can't respond, which doesn't matter. Card gets destroyed. Activates a graveyard. Fuck that card. So now he's gonna bring Ultimate Falcon. So bringing out Ultimate Falcon for True Draco is the worst thing that you can do. I don't know if you guys ever played in True Draco format, but in True Draco format, destroying that card, which, you know, True Draco destroys a lot of back row, destroying that card is the worst thing that we can do, because Ultimate Falcon, if I don't have Monarch's Erupt on the field already, Ultimate Falcon is it's the worst thing that I can do. Because he's unaffected by card effects. So I can't half his attack with Apocalypse. I can't destroy him with Apocalypse or True King's Return. I really can't do anything. So it's just like, fuck, right? So I'm activating Into the Void, adding a card. I'm activating Terraforming, adding Diagram. Honestly, at this point, with the hand that I see, I might even scoop. Like, I'm really just thinking, what the fuck can I actually do, right? There's not much I can do against this deck, so there's not much I can do against that card. It's like it's like as big as an issue as Avermax. If you guys ever played Avermax, it's kind of like that, because True Draco can boost their attack with Diagram by 300, but the most that like Diagram will go for is like 3250, because he's 2950 plus 300, 3250. Like, that's it. Fucking Falcon is 3500. I activate Heritage, I draw a card, and then I draw into Demise. Honestly, at this point, it doesn't really matter. Honestly, I'm really just debating about scooping. Please tell me I scoop. I scoop. Yeah, I scoop. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna scoop. Like, let me be realistic with you guys. I'm just gonna scoop. Like, there's just nothing I can do. Ed scoops. Whatever. Let's go. Let's go to game 3, man. I gave him game 2 because I honestly thought that by me giving him game 2, it was just gonna be easier for me to get game 3 since I will be going first, compared to him getting game number 2. Him getting game number 1, then going first in game number 2. It was just so much more difficult for me. So I gave him game number 2. Let's just move on. Game number 3 is on the way, and I will be going first, like I said. That's one of the reasons why I was completely okay with scooping game number 2, because I just knew I was going to go first on game number 3, and this is a non-brick deck. Activate Heritage effect to tribute summon, set card, activate Demise. Demise to draw 2, activate Duality, look at the top 3 cards, add, of course, ooh, Diagram. I'm too excited, man. Diagram makes me so happy. Diagram being at 3, True Draco being at full power makes me happy as fuck. I'm gonna go ahead and activate Diagram. I'm gonna go ahead and pop. What am I popping? Remind me. What am I popping? Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and tribute summon 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and tribute summon both my trap card and my True Draco Knuckles to be able to bring out Masterpiece. Unaffected by traps, unaffected by monsters. Yes, sir. It's Marco's turn. Marco is going to do the Marco thing to do, which is going to be the Paleo move. He's going to go ahead and set 5 and set 1 monster. That's actually kind of interesting. I wouldn't have expected for him to be able to actually want to set a monster. With him playing all the back row heavy stuff, as in like the Quakings and shit like that, I'm actually kind of afraid of activating a lot of stuff. I'm actually not really wanting to activate my Night Beam now because of his Awakening the Dragon. Even though I have Masterpiece on the field, Masterpiece really won't do much against a Falcon right now. So activate Disciples, return 3, draw 1. Activate a second Diagram, pop Disciples, search. What am I searching? Come on, man. What am I searching? Come on, bro. All right. Apocalypse. I think that out of all the trap cards that I have, I think that, well, True King's Return and Apocalypse, right? All the trap cards that I have. I think out of the True King's Return and Apocalypse, I do think that Apocalypse is more of a busted card. So personally, I don't understand why they hit True King's Return first. I'm gonna go ahead and normal summon my Mono Iwado. I'm gonna go ahead and attack his monster. This monster's only 1,000 defense, and I'm gonna go ahead and attack him for 2950. So Mono Iwado end phase activates, bounces back to my hand. I realized that I left him on the field a little longer, but my opponent knows that, so there's really no point. You see, I show my opponent, you know, hey, by the way, Mono Iwado's in my hand. Just want to let you know that. It's a mandatory effect. It activates an end phase. It's not like I have to activate for it to bounce back to my hand. No, it's not like I have to. It has to activate. Like, I can't just brush over it. That's what I meant. He's gonna set a couple other trap cards, and I'm trying to keep up I'm trying to keep up and try to remember and memorize what he's setting every turn, because knowing that Masterpiece is unaffected by trap cards, I'm gonna go ahead and continue attacking, because Quaking ain't doing shit to me, Compulsory ain't doing shit to me. So like, there's so many cards that he's gonna be able to activate to bounce shit back to my hand, but it's not gonna do shit to me because True Draco Masterpiece is unaffected by trap cards. I'm gonna go ahead and draw for turn. I'm gonna go ahead and activate Duality. I'm gonna go ahead and add. Ooh. Yeah. Heritage is actually one of my favorite cards. It's just such a busted card. Like, you're gonna go ahead and get rid of your materials from the field, and you're gonna plus off of that. It's not like you're not already plussing. Activate Diagram. Ooh, he's gonna banish my Mono Iwado. That's actually a really good move. But it's okay, you know. That's the only thing that he could have really banished. Everything else wasn't really gonna help him much. So me activating Diagram, popping Heritage, adding Knuckles to my hand. I think the next move that I should do is go ahead, Heritage, activate Effect to Tribute Summon, yes sir. Apocalypse, I have nothing to pop. I'm gonna go ahead and let my opponent cut, and I'm gonna go ahead and draw 2. Because I've already gotten rid of Disciples and Heritage. I mean, yeah. Apocalypse and Heritage. I don't know why I only drew 1. What a dumbass. I must have not been paying attention. But, yep, he comes back to my hand, and I attack. Ooh, he activates Effect. I'm going to go ahead and just attack. Redirect my attack. So, for the people who are wondering, Apocalypse, Paleozoic's chained to the effect of the trap card, which is going to be the Mirror Force, and they special summon. So then I attack. It's not like I'm redirecting my attack; it's just attack. So this guy is going to go ahead and activate Demise to be able to draw 2 cards. Most of the time when I see him activate Demise, he normally always draws 2 cards. For the reasons being that if he ever does have a trap card in hand, he doesn't have to set it, but if it's a bad trap card, he wouldn't care about just discarding it. So he'd rather have 2 available spots on the field and just discard that 1 card that could be the worst card, right? It's kind of like a game strategy, which is a little different from mine, because most of the time I'm going to normal summon my True Draco monsters or my Mono Iwado or stuff like that and be able to set all my trap cards and then draw 3. So most of the time I plus 3, he pluses 2. But it's more of like a strategy move. Like, oh, I'm gonna have 2 spots available. I'd rather set those 2 cards in case I draw 2 good cards and be able to set them right. At this point, honestly, Masterpiece can really just attack for game. But I'm just gonna go ahead and have some fun with it. And he's gonna go ahead and activate the Swords. Personally, I think the Sword is a good card. But he's activating the Sword, which he can activate the effect to pay 1,000 life points and negate the attack of one of my monsters. Masterpiece is unaffected by trap cards, so his attack won't be stopped. It's not that, oh, the card doesn't target, the card doesn't affect the monster. It doesn't affect the player, it affects the monster. So if the monster's the one attacking, he won't be able to be stopped, so it will just go on through. Honestly, that trap card also has a second effect in Graveyard. I think it's you banish it and you negate an attack or something like that. It's not that good. I think don't get me wrong. I think this guy plays a really good deck, but it's just the trap card not being able to affect my Masterpiece. It's really something else. Activating my second diagram effect to pop my Knuckles from my hand to be able to Surge Apocalypse to go ahead and enter my battle phase. I'm going to go ahead and attack for 2,800. Compulsory, back to my hand. I'm going to go ahead and attack for 2,950 one more time. You see, he's trying to explain to me that the trap card can be banished to stop the attack of Masterpiece. It cannot. So he's taking 2,950. We're actually kind of just going back and forth and debating it. I have a couple of my other friends on the side reading the card for him and trying to make a ruling of it, but yeah, Masterpiece isn't affected. So he's taking 2,950. Yeah, people are reading the card. It makes me happy whenever it's just like, yeah, fuck, I love shit like that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a fucking clown. But I love this shit, man. Masterpiece is legitimately one of my favorite monsters of all time. I played Masterpiece ever since I played True Draco ever since the deck first came out. I probably waited like a month and then picked up the deck. I really like True Dracos. I think it's one of my favorite decks ever. It's just so good. It's just such a control deck, and I'm a control player. I like to control the board. Say no, you can't summon a monster. Hey, you can only summon more than one. You can't summon, you know, this kind of monster, whatever, right? I like doing stuff like this. I like being able to just be able to control the board. I haven't been activated Masterpiece effect to be able to activate, to banish a continuous spell or trap card from my graveyard to pop a card on the field, because I just haven't found it necessary yet. I don't want to pop a back row and then get hit with a fucking Awakening the Dragon. If we're completely honest, that's one of the reasons why this game has gone so slow. For you guys seeing the screen right now, he's activating Reckless Greed, but Reckless Greed, he puts it on top of his deck, so then like that he remembers, hey, this is stage number 1, so that means, like, you know, don't draw a card from your next turn, right? Your next draw phase. And then he shifts it over, letting him know that's standby phase number 2, and then he takes it off on his third one and he sends it to the graveyard. This whole time it's in the graveyard, just know it's in the graveyard, but it's just a memory thing for him, you know. He doesn't want to cheat. He's a really straightforward player, so it's just something to help him out in the long run. Diagrams effect to pop True King's Return, to search the Disciples, and I'm gonna go ahead and activate Disciples. We all know that, yes sir. Activate Disciples to return 3 back into my deck. And honestly, this just might be game. Let's just hope it's game. I did want to specify that I think we had to play the third game twice, and I had won I had one third game once. I had one third game the second time again. So I really won 3 times out of 4. What had happened was that actually my phone was tripping out. It was just tripping out, and I don't know why. It started deleting content, and it started deleting some of my videos, and it was the videos that we had just finished recording, or they hadn't finished processing or saved them or something. I just couldn't see it, so we just did it again. We're like, hey man, you know what? You know, he shows me Dark Bribe. He says, look man, I have a Dark Bribe right here. I could have stopped your Erupt. Erupt wasn't doing anything to him. He didn't have any monsters on the field, but that was a great game. That was game number 3. And I'm super excited about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the 60 card Paleo Paleozoic deck versus the True Draco at full power, right? One of the things that I want you guys to understand is that you guys are seeing cards that I probably didn't play back in that specific meta, like Nightbeam, right? Nightbeam, I probably didn't play it during True Draco's top meta, but one of the things is that I tried to, what we did is that we tried to keep the main deck what that meta was, and then we did the side deck to something that we please, whatever we wanted to for today's meta cards. So we wanted to give more of a chance to like other decks that we might be playing. Maybe, give me a second. Maybe an older deck for like Master Road 3 or something like that. We wanted to give them the opportunity to be able to play cards such as like Ash, Called by the Grave, such and such and such, right? So what we did is that the side deck is completely up to today's current meta. So you can play anything you want from today's current meta. So then like that, we are able to be a little bit more fair, right? So in case anybody who's playing like Magic Specters, Metaphysical Suits, stuff like that, right? They can play Ash in their side deck, side it in for game number 2 or 3, and then be able to actually play and maybe have a chance to compete a little bit better against other current meta decks. I'm not saying that they're current meta decks, but just further on meta decks, right? Decks that are just going to be harder to stop, and that's what we did. So that's one of the reasons why Nightbeam is in my side deck. I know it's not like top meta, but Nightbeam is actually in my side deck for True Draco right now, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with this deck. But guys, this was Ed from Savij. Have a wonderful night, guys. And one of my lights just randomly went off. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and send this to your friends, guys. Good night.